I coached over 500 people in 4 months. Here's what you need to succeed at League of Legends. Hey guys, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Eagz, a multi-season challenger player from the Oceanic region. And after coaching Dantes...
What did I say? What the fuck did I say? What the fuck did I say? That's the fucking Eagz coaching gap right there. Eagz Tarzaned fucking coaching gap.
After getting validated by Tarzaned.
Eagz is watching. Okay.
Honestly, that guy's a way better coach than this fucking moron. Like, that guy, some stuff he says is accurate. This fucking Jaymo guy, low testosterone, AFK player, that guy, he encourages invading. Invading is the best way. It's like, imagine playing Vayne top versus window top. You sit top like Jaymo, just fucking lasted creeps, cheater on wave 3, AFK the whole game. Not walk to the enemy top side, try to kill the enemy jungler 1v1.
While being part of the Jaymo saga, and then coaching Kaos.
And just Q, it's just Q, mate. Yeah, I think he has to flash. Like, if you just Q onto me here, I'm like, oh my god, and then you just W down, and Ori like comes in with a QW. Like, I've got to flash Ori's QW.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, I probably should have tried to get his flash at least.
I got super busy. The days and weeks, they flew by. And I've accumulated over 800 coaching sessions on my Patreon, with well over 500 of those happening from the end of Split 1 to now. So after coaching players from every rank, from pretty much every region in the world, what did the players who climbed multiple tiers actually do to finally feel good about pressing fine match? Well, they got coaching with me, number one. But no, the most important part to actually learning is giving yourself the chance to learn, right? You have to be smart enough to know that you are the rank you are because you play that level. Now, if you aren't competing with those players at the top of the ladder, you are clearly missing something and making mistakes. So accepting this and having even like the courage just to say, look, I'm clearly not as good as the top players. I'd love to know why that is. It sets you up to max out your potential. Like, I remember when I was like hard stuck diamond and I ran into a challenger player, and this would have been like way back, like season 5, season 6, and this dude who was playing the same champions as me, like, was just absolutely dominating every single game. I thought it was like builds or something to do with like my champion pool, but this dude is 1v9ing every game, and he's building the same items as me. Like, he's clearly seeing the game differently and therefore doing something differently. So why can he 1v9? Why can I not? I just realized I was so bad compared to this person, even though I was still maybe in like the top 2 to 3%. I got challenger the next month. I carried that same attitude with me to TFT. I know it's a different game, but same smell, right? I was hard stuck platinum and said to myself, I'm clearly nowhere near like the level of the top guys. So what's the go here? I watched a rank 1 NA player coaching a Grandmaster player, and I climbed to Masters in 2 weeks. I went from versing Sideshow Bob to versing some of the most popular streamers in the top 10 ranks. And I think sometimes that's why coaching and maybe the way I go about it, because, you know, I go straight to the point, like I don't want to waste your time, right? It can seem brutal because I'm just pointing out mistake after mistake, but that is the point. How can you improve if someone is just saying good job all the time? If you watch my last video, like if you think I just roast people all the time, I really don't. Like, I'm the first person to roast myself. My latest video, like I was just saying, I noticed stuff in that, like blunders and big mistakes I make in that game. I could easily just like miss that out and almost pretend like it's really good, but I'm never just going to be like dishonest to you, right? And the funny thing is I get excited by that. Like, that's the most exciting thing for me about that game. Not even like getting a triple kill or quadra kill, like whatever it is in that game, an outplay. I'm more excited by the mistakes I make, because if I improve that, the game wouldn't have lasted like 20-25 minutes. It would have been over at 15 minutes. I would have gone like 15-0 instead of having 2 pointless deaths there. And it's also important to understand, like, as a coach, I can only show you like the door to challenger and beyond. I cannot throw you through that door no matter how hard I try, right? It's up to the student whether they are happy just knocking on the door, walking through it, or sprinting through it, like full on crashing through it. But none of those happen without self-awareness, right? And effort. Now, no doubt we all want to sprint through it, but those who actually do, like I'm talking, they climb tiers in a matter of days and weeks, and even people who I haven't coached before, they just watch my YouTube videos, some of them have climbed from like gold to master. They have this self-awareness I'm talking about. So if I was to ask you, like, how many of you watching think you have, I don't know, like an insane understanding of the game? How many of you think that it's your teammates that are holding you back? How many of you think you play your champion well mechanically? I've stomped rank 1 players. I've coached rank 1 players. I still think, even though I have over 5 million points probably on Shaco, I troll mechanically like a lot of the time. I'm like, wow, I'm actually really bad. What am I doing? And that's what stood out to me when I coached Kaos, who's the best player I've coached, even when I was pointing out improvements he could make. And this is someone who's been rank 1 EU West for multiple seasons, and he just hit challenger in Korea. He was so like humble about it and receptive to maybe learning something new. He wasn't reluctant to hear advice or offended by it. The reason for this is because he knows he's human. It is in our nature to make mistakes, right? To get things wrong, but you can always get better and learn from them. Think about the top sports people in the world, right? They all have coaches, all the top teams. They get advice every single day. So the easiest people to coach are those who will climb the most. Kaos was easy to coach, just like David, who went from platinum to master, just like Zerka, who went from gold to master. The hardest people to coach are the ones who will not climb nearly as much. And the funny thing is, I'm actually giving them the same teachings and stuff to apply as the students who giga climb. The only difference is just attitude, really. And I sometimes feel like with people who are obstinate and they're kind of reluctant to take on advice, instead of like teaching them exactly what it is that the highest level of league is about, I'm constantly trying to prove their version of the game wrong when I shouldn't have to. Their rank does that for them. What you are thinking and doing right now is literally why you are not climbing. So I made a video analyzing Griffin's gameplay towards the end of Split 1, and at the time he was hard stuck mastering career after being rank 1 NA. And he said he disagreed with pretty much everything I said in that video. And even after I tried to explain to him why the moves he missed were much better than the ones he made, he blocked me. And a few months have passed and he's still hard stuck master. And you can compare that attitude to the other rank 1 player across the Atlantic. Now you might think that's me being really toxic or trying to start beef. It's not, it's just the truth. Like I said before, I'm not about wasting your time. I want to help you improve, and I'll do that as efficiently and effectively as possible. So self-awareness is the first thing, right? The self-awareness that you are not the perfect player. None of us are. The next character trait, I guess, that the big climbers have is discipline. How many of you have, I don't know, Andrew Tate on your YouTube recommended? How many of you watch TikTok in queue? How many of you play ranked in a Discord call with your friends? Like, I'll never forget this, right? And it doesn't sound like that profound, but for me it was. I remember being a diamond mid main. This was back again, like in season 5, season 6. I'm watching Fantix, who was probably the best player I've ever played against. And when he was in queue, he was just watching faker laning VODs over and over. And I'm sitting there thinking, this dude's rank 1. Like, why is he watching someone else play? Doesn't he know everything? Well, him doing that is why he is rank 1. When you see challenger players watch their own games back in queue, that's a big part of why they are a challenger. Like, even those channels on YouTube, right, that upload streams of the top players, I've never really understood it. I find it weird why those videos have such little views compared to lots of other league content. Like, you have it right there. Kanavi playing jungle, The Shy playing top lane, Chovy playing mid, Viper playing AD carry, Lehen's playing support. You could just pause the video when you would do something. Would you use a spell, click towards the dragon, would you recall, and then play it to see if they actually do it? And then you can ask why and why not. But discipline, right? It isn't just about getting rid of that noise. It's about staying focused on what quantifies improvement, right? Now that sounds kind of whack, but lots of players are metric driven. This means that their view of improving is determined by the LP they gain, or winning or losing. Let me have a sip of this cup of tea. So these measuring sticks, right? These goalposts, they are just bad. For example, I was coaching Sam last night, who's an Emerald Ari EU West main, and against Aurelia, he completely forgets about Aurelia's ability to get 4 passive stacks after executing the first 3 melees, and he gets chunked, and it's pretty much a lane over. Well, not really, but yeah, close to it anyway. Sam's goalposts are not winning or losing. Sam's goalposts are if he's going to stay in range of Aurelia's 4th Q on the first minion wave again. Let's stay with the Sams. This is Sam, a Shaco player, and in this 1v1 against Maokai, he ignites way too early. Sam's goalposts are not winning or losing. Sam's goalposts are if he's going to ignite too early again. Improving is about adding a jigsaw piece to the challenger puzzle. Now, of course, if you just want to have fun on League and chill with the homies, stay in that Discord call. Have the recent bounce video open, even though you're an AD carry player. But if you're doing that and expecting to improve, you've got to lower the expectations. Now, the last but certainly not least character trait you need to possess in order to achieve your League goals, well, this is a virtue, not just a character trait, is patience. How many of you think that one loss is the end of the world? How many of you expect to become faker after getting one coaching session or after watching a coaching session? And I think it's linked to discipline here as well. If you are focusing on how much LP you gain for that session, your patience will run thin. You're going to lose the plot. It's crucial to accept that it is a process. Now, that process does not always last the same amount of time. Some people pick it up very quickly. Some people it takes more time and repetition and reminding, or even a different analogy, right? Like the other night, I compared jungling decision making, literally, to making sausages. And Peter went 23-2 in his next ranked game. So if you want to give yourself the chance to succeed in League, those are the 3 pillars, bro. Self-awareness. I'm going to make mistakes in this game, and in every game I play, I accept that. Discipline. Do I join the daily Discord call or close it and click on this Canyon VOD? And do I get tilted from a loss and forget what my goalposts were? Patience. Rome wasn't built overnight. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'm sorry for it being really dark in here. It is nighttime and my room sucks in terms of lighting. If you want one-on-one coaching, challenge at every single role, my website is linked down below. Patreon is down there as well. 800 plus sessions. And if you did enjoy the video, leave a like. Any comments, leave them down below as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.